There is no evidence that whatever someone does regarding their health adds or takes away from their lifespan. Only assumptions, because none of us know when our time is going to be.
Hello, today is October 18th, 2020, and the time is 12:28 p.m. I just want to do a real quick video reiterating something that I've been reiterating over the many months that this current event has been going on. And of course, I'm going to be talking about the mask and the upcoming alleged vaccines and all this other stuff that's on its way. And I just wanted to start off by saying that I have a lot of frustration and still some bitterness with the 7+ year nightmare that I had to endure and its aftermath, which I'm currently living. And that's very frustrating. And when all this unfolded last winter, I'm thinking, okay, well, I have to try to see what pieces of my life are left and try to rebuild something to get me through. And then the world gets shut down and all this nonsense, and it's just continuing. Now, I know there's a lot of people who can relate to what I'm saying, and I can only speak for myself. So I'm not like, well, it's me. You know, yes, there's people probably worse off than me, and definitely people better off. And there's people who are not even affected because of their social status and, for example, their wealth. So I get that. This has impacted everyone around the world. I can only speak for myself, and the reason why I'm reiterating all this now is to simply say why I've taken interest in this and why I've taken the position that I have about this particular topic. Now, I do have legitimate exemption to, say, for example, wearing this nonsensical mask, which even professionals are saying it doesn't prevent anything. And in fact, wearing this mask is simply virtue signaling for this COVID social justice movement. And this social justice movement is huge. But I talk about this in some other videos over the past many months. And that's all this mask is about. Virtue signaling, saying, yes, I'm conforming. And yes, there's a small percentage of people who are simply conforming, who realize this is all nonsense, but they do so because they're trying to avoid hardships and everything else. And as I've said in other videos, that's fine, but when do you draw the line? When do you take a stand? So I do have this medical condition. Actually, a year ago this month, last year, I had an event that left my left part of my neck and left shoulder with some mobility issues. And I was at that time when I found out that I'm supposed to be on an oxygen tank. Anyway. As well, there are reports through even mainstream media and professionals saying that if you've ever had the common cold in your life, you're immune to this alleged COVID outbreak. And I've had the common cold in my life, so I am immune. So there's two reasons why I'm not wearing a mask. Now, compounded on top of all this, I have researched this extensively and added that to my personal and professional knowledge base, so I'm able to make an informed conclusion about this alleged outbreak and these so-called alleged precautions like wearing a mask and social distancing and everything else. And I've made my conclusion on all that. Now, the final point I want to make is also part of being immune, is the fact that I haven't isolated myself from being exposed to germs, bacteria, pathogens. So my immune system has naturally built itself up. So there's 4 reasons right there. Now, putting aside all the exemptions that I've mentioned for myself, if I didn't have them, I still wouldn't be supporting this whole nonsense of wearing a mask and everything else. That's my position. And it has nothing to do with being a conformist or not being a conformist. It's just nonsensical. And a lot of the people who do support this, and I do understand a lot of people are simply accepting the official narrative that, oh, you have to be really concerned, people are dying, whatever. I get that. There's people who actually believe all this, and this is why they support it. But take the time to really look into it. So I just wanted to just skim over why I have an interest and why I do brief this or mention this in some of my videos, because of how it impacted me personally. I'm simply sharing my personal story on current events. And as I said, everyone has their own story, how it's impacted them. And for the non-maskers, they're frustrated and there's a lot of venting going on their part. The maskers are venting and upset with the non-maskers for their own reasons, many reasons. And I'm sorry to say, it doesn't really matter, because they're basing their frustration on something that's completely made up. And that's all I really want to say about this. So if I bring this up and you hear my frustration or my criticism of current events, this is why. And I lost everything. I have nothing left. I'm not trying to showboat or be some sensation, next sensation online who's, whatever. That's not my interest. If somebody wants to wear a mask, then I don't care. That's their problem. And when you think about it, before all this, anytime I did see somebody wearing a mask, and there's a lot of people who I've talked to who say the same thing. If you're the one that's really sick and ill and whatever else, you're the one that's wearing the mask. Healthy people don't wear masks. And there's many reasons why healthy people shouldn't. And that's a different tangent. And I'm not going to heat this topic up anymore. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.